You ever had one of those days when it feels like you're ice skating uphill? Nothing seems to go right from the moment you wake up. So you open your eyes and a feeling hits you right in the gut. And that feeling is that today, God does not want you to live. And if somehow you do make it through that day, suffering will be yours. And as you step out of bed to put your foot on the cold wooden floor, a drawing pin is waiting for your big toe. After that, your morning trip to the bathroom is met with the toilet that will not flush because you pushed the handle too hard and broke it, you freaking idiot. The rest of the day goes along the same sort of way. Picking up bread at the shop, the cashier punches you in the face because you didn't have any change. Your girlfriend wants to mate with you later that day, and you just don't feel like it because you've had the testosterone ripped out of your loins. So you sit down to play Apex Legends, and you find yourself alone. So this is how we start our tale. At the very moment when all was lost, I was just about to press Alt and F4 to call this awful day to an end. But the strange thing about one of these bad days is that once you've experienced a multitude of crap where one thing after another just keeps hitting you again and again, bam, 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 eventually, you might just get curious to see just how many more blows fate actually has in store for you. So at our absolute lowest moment, this was the horror that I didn't want to look away from. This was something I wanted to witness for myself. And you're probably wondering why I pinged airbase for my two teammates that never showed up. Well, it's habit, I suppose. But judging distance is never a bad idea for a solo drop, and this showed me that deep down, I hadn't given up. At least not yet. So even though I was alone, I knew there was gunfire nearby, but so far, some decent loot with a blue body armor and a high-powered energy rifle. All I would need at this point to really get things going would be the gun of Rambo and M600 Spitfire fully auto. But then, doubt entered my mind. Don't need a knockdown shield if there's no one to pick you back up. Every fight against 3 people, I don't know if I can do this. What am I gonna do? YOLO. Oh, hello, balls of... yes! Right. Come on, then. Turns out the enemy were resurrecting one of their dead friends by calling in a respawn ship, a luxury that I couldn't afford as a solo player, but one I could definitely take advantage of. I happen to be the most gracious player in the entire community. Suck that barrel end right down your intestinal tract. Oh man, those guys suck so bad at this game. I mean, to lose like 3v1, alright, you're shite, but to lose to me, oof. Oh, that's gonna sting right in your ding-a-ling. Once I had acknowledged that my enemies put up a valiant fight, it was time to head to Skulltown, for the Red Ring of Death was fast approaching, and the end of these zones, it's not really somewhere you want to be spending any amount of time as a solo player. So my next plan was to find a survey beacon that would allow me to see where the ring would be closing into next, and these are often located at the top of the buildings where the signal is strongest. What? I can't believe that! How? How did that happen? It's even possible. I'm taking the stairs! And take the stairs we did, for there are only so many nudges towards the edge of madness that one man can physically endure before falling into the abyss itself, and we don't want that over a game where you're just simply trying to scout a goddamn map. Now with only 8 squads to go, there were 2 things left on my mind. One was that I had just achieved more eliminations by myself than I do 99% of the time with a full squad, and 2, I hope that big-ass dinosaur that has a name I didn't use, specifically just to trigger the Titanfall 2 fanboys, yeah, I hope it doesn't decide that I am disrespecting his brethren, his fallen brethren that is, because I'm currently dancing on top of their bones. But thoughts of survival pushed me north, and I wanted to loop around to Bunker, which is actually a safe haven for campers, losers, and well, it's got a corridor where you can make numbers count for nothing. Well, not nothing, but it might give me a chance. I wasn't expecting for my luck to hold out much longer anyway. But then I heard gunfire. A lot of gunfire. Oh, finally, I'm the hammer, and you're the nails! What? Whoa! Oh, you dirty, dirty bastard! Say that, you filthy prick! Only one more oh, God. Down to the last 2. It's you and I, sunshine. You and I. This was a huge moment for me. When a game of Apex Legends starts, 60 players drop down from that ship in squads of 3. So to be thrown out alone in the cold as a single gutter tier loser, your chances of surviving the first few minutes, they're not great. But getting down to the last 5 squads, that would take a lot of running and hiding. And getting to the last 2 by actually engaging in combat, a player of my average skill has to consider themselves very lucky indeed. But I've also not seen many games either where it takes like 30 seconds to go from 6 squads to the last 2. So right now, I can assure you my heart was absolutely pounding and my mind was racing. I wanted to know how many enemies would be in that last squad. If the answer was 3, this was probably the end for me. But 2, that would be doable. Nearly, we might just manage that. 1? Well, given the fact that I just had all the loot in the world right under my feet in Bunker, I felt like this unknown battle, however many enemies were there, it had potential for this to be my first ever solo victory. When I heard a care package warning on the map, I thought that whoever was left, they might make a run for it. So my plan was to go around and see if anyone would try for that loot. And if they did, I'd be waiting for them. No! 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 Not like this! Not like this! Not... Fuck! Fuck! Oh, you son of a crusted ballsack! You stupid, stupid arsehole! The other side was fine! Why did we go there? Why did we do that? Ah, you piece of shit!